Hey YouTube, it's your boy Danny. You already know who it is, and I have another deck profile for you today. Today is going to be Speedroid, Windwich, Kaiju. And I know that sounds like a mouthful, and I know that sounds like a lot, but believe me, this deck works. It was inspired by the man, the myth, the legend, Hardleg Joe himself. We took inspirations from the deck, and we took some combos from his deck and ideas and turned them into our own and spun them around into our own. But for the most part, you're going to see he has a similar deck, and I'll talk to you about where the deck is similar and where it's not similar and whatnot, and we'll go over what some of the cards are and what they do. So first off, you want to play one Terratop. It's at 1 for a reason, so go ahead and play it. If you don't control any monsters, you can special summon it, and then you can add one of... does it have to be level 3? You can add one Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand, who you're usually going to add Tekatomborg, who we play 3 of for a reason. Tekatomborg will tribute himself to get another Speedroid tuner out, and also is pretty good for the facilitation of getting cards out and whatnot. Sorry, I'm a little tired, so... Up next, we play 3 Malicious Magnet, and this card is so broken. It lets you synchro summon with your opponent's cards, and it's like really good. Like, I don't see a reason not to play it. Play it at 3, especially in this version of the deck. This is Gibbles' deck, by the way. It's not my deck, but I'm showcasing it right now because I got it in the mail and I really wanted to showcase it. We're going to have a new segment called the Synchro Wars, and we're going to go ahead and go into the Synchro Wars using 3 different Synchro decks, and this is a little sneak peek of what the Synchro decks have. Up next, we play 2 Den. Den will let you banish himself from the graveyard to special summon a Speedroid from hand or graveyard. You can only use him once per turn. Next, we play 2 Red-Eyed Die. We were considering cutting it down to 1, but the second one came up too often to not play the second one. What happens is you normal summon or special summon it, and then you can target a Speedroid monster and change it from levels 1 to 6. So that's an instant level 7. Up next is the one I use the least, but is still very good. Is Horse Stilts, where you normal summon it and then you can special summon a level 4 or lower from your hand. And during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard to send 1 wind monster from your deck to the graveyard. So there's that. Then up next we have 1 each of Double Yo-Yo and 1 Manko. And Manko is just in there as a quick FU to your opponent, just in case they want to get cheeky and spam the field with monsters. Of course, if they're playing Link monsters, this has no effect on them. That's why we chose to cut it down to 1. We were playing it at 3 back in the day. This is an older deck that we used to play as well, and then we modified it with the Hardleg Joe, his genius, I guess. So Manko, when they declare a direct attack, you can special summon it into defense position, or, well, you can special summon it however you want, but... Oh, you special summon it into attack position, and then you change all face-up monsters to defense position. Yeah, that's how it goes. I forgot how it went. And then there's Double Yo-Yo, where when this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 level 3 or lower Speedroid monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So that's it for the Speedroids. It's a pretty hefty Speedroid lineup. I'm going to keep my Gengar dice in the shot. Up next for the Windwich part, we play 3 Icebell, who Icebell is kind of like the starter. If you control no monsters, you can special summon her from your hand. And if you do, you can special summon 1 Windwich from your deck, but it cannot be tributed, and you cannot special monsters from the extra deck this turn, except for level 5 higher wind monsters. and you can inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent. Sorry, I was just making sure because I thought the other one inflicted 500 points. Then you play her sister, Glassbell, who, when this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Windwich from monster from your deck to your hand, except for Windwich Glassbell. And you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except wind monsters. So that's why you add the one Snowbell, who, when you control 2 or more wind monsters, you can special summon her. And they don't have to be Windwich monsters, they can just be wind monsters. And this entire deck is wind. They're wind toys and whatnot, and the wind witches. So that's the Windwich engine. And then just as a couple of combos like starters and extenders, I play 2 red-haired Hasty Horse. And Gibbles had a big part in like picking these cards and whatnot, and like telling me like, hey, Hardleg's got a video on it. And I was like, dude, I'll check it out, like whatnot. And then this is the Kaiju lineup. We play 1 Raiden, 1 Gundarla, and 2 Kamungus. And the reason we play those is because with Malicious Magnet, if you tribute over your opponent's monster, we have a 7, a 7, and a 7. And then we have the level 8 as a wind, just to have it as a beater. And you can synchro summon with that. Up next is the spell cards. We play 1 Raigeki and 3 Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers. And for those who don't know about Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, that is the biggest FU card that exists in this game. You blow up as many monsters as possible, then you special summon 2 Kaijus, 1 on your side of the field and the corresponding side of the field. And then any turn after that, except for the turn that it was sent, you can banish it to add another Kaiju from your deck to your hand. Excuse me. Up next we play 3 Mind Control, because why not? I told Gibbles that you should play Mind Control because you want to synchro with your opponent's monsters, and he said that's just genius. And then we just kind of went off from there and whatnot, and there was that. So he plays 2 Cosmic Cyclones, and he's supposed to play 2 Twin Twisters, but he has his Twin Twisters in his 6 Samurai deck right now. So for now we're playing the 2 Cosmic Cyclones, which I think is better because it banishes, and they're not ulti. They kind of look ulti in this, but they're not ulti. He had an ulti, but I sold it. Yeah, I sold it. Up next, we play 1 Speed Recovery. I want to play 2 more, but they didn't send me the 2. And I play a 1 Monster Reborn. I think I, by accident, in the cart, just didn't click the 2. And up next, we play a Solemn Package, which is 3 Solemn Strikes and 1 Judgment. And the only reason we're not playing Warning is because I couldn't find the space for it. I really like Strike, but at the same time, I could see where taking out 1 Strike and putting in the 1 Warning would help. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. What you think of those ratios. Up next for the extra deck, it's mostly Synchro Monsters, mostly Wind Synchro Monsters. So we have Martial Metal Marcher, who when he's synchro summoned, you can target 1 tuner in your graveyard and special summon in a defense position, but its effects are negated. And you can only use the effect of Metal Marcher once per turn. And a synchro monster used this card as material can be treated as a tuner while it's face up on the field. So that's pretty good. Up next, we play 1 Speedroid Puzzle. So this one's kind of odd to me. I don't really know too much about it. I know it goes to like 26. But at the start of the damage step, this card battles a special summon monster. You can make this card's attack double its current attack until the end of the damage step, once per turn during the end phase. If this card is in your graveyard because of the synchro summoned card was sent there from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 Speedroid monster in your graveyard, accept this card, and add it to your hand. So it's a quick little card. This guy is pretty cool. You contribute it. You contribute it to make everything go up by 1. And then you can special summon from your graveyard. Let me see. until the end phase. And if this card is in your graveyard and you control Speedroid monster, Speedroid tuner, you can special summon this card you control, and the special summon monsters from the rest of the turn have to be wind monsters. So I like that guy. Up next is the OTK boy. One OTK boy, sharp pointy boy. It's pretty good. Attacks twice, gains 200 for every attack, and keeps it. So play it. It's not a joke. We play one Kendama, and Kendama's pretty useful for burn, and then also it keeps recycling itself. You can banish it and make it come back. So like the thought process behind this is like constantly burn your opponent and like synchro with it and make it come back. We play one Stardust Charge Warrior for the draw, for the memes, honestly. And then we play one Windwich Winterbell for the quick burn, and for when we go into our Crystal Wing. And then we play one Clearwing Fast Dragon, which really, the only reason it's in here is for when Gom comes out. When Gom comes out, that's why this guy's going to be in here. So like we don't really hardly ever use it for its effect. But we play two Crystal Wing Dragons. I mean two Clearwing Dragons. So that we can get into his big brother. The two Crystal Wings. Everybody knows what Crystal Wing does. It negates effects, and Clear Wing negates effects. And we play the one Stardust Dragon so that we have something to go into when we Malicious Magnet with our opponent's effects. And then our final cards that we play are our two Links, which are two Great Flies, which one will be coming out for a Gum next format when Rising Rampage, or whatever the name of the set is, comes out. So anyway guys, that's our Speedroid deck. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you feel about it. Let us know how we can improve on it. Give me some hints, some tips, some tricks. And most importantly of all, catch me on turn 2, y'all. Thanks.